Let's talk to Clem Chambers from Investor Hub. Clem, very good morning to you.
Good morning, Nick.
Could we have an update on Bitcoin, please? We saw this break of 4,200, a key resistance area, a decent move to the upside. We've sort of consolidated at these higher levels in the last week or so. Is this the bulls just resting before another leg up, or are you thinking any sort of bearish thoughts? I still can't get my head around, if I'm totally honest, about why this move happened to the upside in the first place.
Well, people like to have a narrative. They like to know who did it and what was the news that drove it. But, the big ideas are the things that drive markets. And that's, underlying systemic reasons. Now, if you want to find a reason for this move, I would say Bitcoin has been cheap. It's made its bottom. And now it's going into the next cyclical bull market. And this is the beginning of a long-term bull. What caused that? Well, what caused it was the technicalities of the market being in a bear, reaching a bottom, consolidating at the bottom, and then breaking out to a new cycle. That's a bit abstract for most people. They want to know why. Well, if you want to know kind of what news might have done it, the word is that China's going to be devaluating because obviously it's got to fight its trade war. And if it does that, then a lot of people holding yuan are going to be holding the bag, so to speak. And they would buy Bitcoin, or at least some Bitcoin, to get out of that. Another buyer of Bitcoin, I think you'll find, is Ukraine, which is in the middle of a pretty interesting election. So there's buyers of Bitcoin. But if you look at Bitcoin, it's a $90 billion stock, if you want to think of it like that. It's a small cap in a big cap market. So it doesn't take much to move it, as opposed to, say, a Disney or an Apple. And yet it's a global brand. Everybody knows Bitcoin. You could name half the companies in the top 20 in the stock market and people wouldn't have heard of them. But everybody's heard of Bitcoin. People that haven't even heard of Alphabet have heard of Bitcoin. So it's a very strong brand. And, people know this kind of thing is the future. There's a huge following for Bitcoin, and yet it's a small financial instrument. So it doesn't take much renewed interest to start pushing that north. And, 90 billion does not make a financial revolution, does it? And that's what Bitcoin's worth. And if you total up all the crypto coins out there, it's not worth a lot more. So if crypto coins, as opposed to the tokens, are going to be the future, are going to be a major part of the financial landscape, the market cap of these things has to be multiples of where we are now, 10, 15, 20 times where they are now. And that, of course, is the reason why Bitcoin's moving up, not because Fred did this or someone in China did that. That is the underlying reason. And, that is the reason I'm in a lot of Bitcoin, is because Bitcoin is the brand for crypto. Crypto is a large part of the financial future. And, trees don't grow to the skies, but also trees don't get buried either. So we've seen the bottom now. The crypto winter is over, and now we're in the crypto spring. There we are, coin that for you. And, that's going to be good things for crypto going forward. I think we'll see 6,000 really fast. I think we'll see 10,000 this year.
On that note, Clem, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you, Nick.